Do you get a pleasant tingling sensation in your stomach when you think of someone? It could be the proverbial butterflies in the stomach that lovers adore. Because you're often in a state of emotional turmoil at the start of the getting to know you phase, you wonder if it really got you. There are some indications that Cupid's arrow has struck you and you're madly in love. This article will teach you about the other signs of being in love. Keep watching until the end of the video because I will demonstrate the 10 best signs you're in love. Before we begin, welcome to Divine Happify, where we teach you psychological facts about love and relationships. Let us now return to the video. Researchers have discovered what it means to fall in love, according to live science experts. Telltale signs you are truly in love. 1. You want to make an impression on someone. You're dying to please that one person when you're around them. You want to impress her and leave a good impression. You might even do something unusual to get the person's attention. After all, it is critical that you arrive on time. Do you know what I'm talking about? Then it's possible that you're in love. Because if someone doesn't pique our interest, we don't care what they think of us. In the end, you are usually uninterested. 2. You only see the good in people. You have the impression that this one person is absolutely perfect and has no flaws. You simply cannot imagine that this person has any flaws because you have completely idealized them. Because you have rose-colored glasses, you quickly forgive minor mistakes and are unable to be particularly angry about them. You just can't stop gushing about the person and thinking about how wonderful they are. Regardless of how the person acts, you find almost everything appealing. You subconsciously disregard all warning signs in favor of focusing on the positive. If you simply feel addressed, Cupid's love arrow has clearly struck you. Such idealization, however, can be dangerous. Also, try to look at the person from a rational standpoint, because everyone has a negative side. When you get to know the person better, the disillusionment becomes less painful. There have even been studies that show that when we are in love, we tend to put the other person on a pedestal. This is said to be for evolutionary reasons. If we knew all of the negative characteristics, corners, and edges from the beginning, no one would want to enter into a great relationship. 3. You daydream about someone and think about them constantly. Daydreaming about that person is another sign that you are in love. You always have this person in your head no matter where you are or what you are doing. You're imagining how your next meeting will go, or you can't get the last meeting scenario out of your head. You might even become completely immersed in it. For example, you are about to vacuum when you recall this person. Instead of continuing to do the housework, you don't move an inch, tilt your head to the side, and become completely absorbed in thought. According to researchers, when we are newly in love, we spend approximately 85% of our waking hours thinking about that other person. In other words, the individual has completely taken over our minds. It's almost as if a switch was flipped. Thoughts, seemingly unstoppable, revolve solely around this one person. Don't we all know that? 4. You have a strong attraction to the person. When you become increasingly attracted to yourself, you are clearly in love. The more you learn about someone, the more you want to know them. You find him or her extremely attractive and can't keep your hands off of him or her. 5. You take note of every detail about the person. You notice even the smallest details about someone's appearance or personality. You've frequently caught yourself not just looking at the person, but almost observing them. You unconsciously pay attention to many minor details that you would normally overlook. If you're also curious whether this person finds you likable and attractive, it's a clear indication that you like someone for more than just friendship. 6. You plan for the future. You either make joint plans for the future or have already made some. There is a distinction between short-term plans for the next few weeks and medium-term plans. Plans for the next 1 to 3 months are medium-term. Long-term plans can range from 6 months to years. This is a very positive sign, especially if you have long-term goals. This means you want the other to be a part of your life in the future. 7. You are nervous when you are close to someone. You become nervous and lose your cool as soon as the person gets close to you. Suddenly, you don't know what to say, and you become even more self-critical than usual. You may begin to stutter or be unable to form coherent sentences. Your body gives you clear indications that you are in love. Once the person has left, You can return to being yourself and stop acting strangely. 8. Your mood is affected by the person. You make your mood depends on the individual. Everything is fine with you if the other reports. But if nothing comes for several hours or even days, it can feel like the end of the world. You are completely depressed at such times and constantly wonder if he or she has lost interest again. When you're this confused, it's like being on an emotional roller coaster. Perhaps this is why you can't sleep or aren't hungry at all. It appears that your entire mood is dependent on just one person. Of course, emotional dependence is undesirable, but most people experience it when they fall in love, and it is completely normal. 9. You simply feel fantastic. You've had a good day and feel free and carefree. When you think of yourself, your body begins to tingle and a wonderful feeling of love flows through it. It appears that you will succeed in everything, and that life is currently presenting itself to you from the most beautiful side. Nothing appears to be able to spoil your mood right now, as you are going through life completely positively. This is yet another indication that you are in love. 10. You only discuss one person with your friends. When you talk to your friends, there is no other topic for you to discuss except this one person. You tell everything or the most recent news. You brainstorm a suitable strategy for winning the other person's heart with them. You also examine every aspect of the person's behavior and attempt to interpret it. If you have any concerns, questions, or opinions about it, please leave a comment down below.